G'day guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, my name is Sasha. I talk about everything to do with travel, lifestyle advice, how-tos. I do a 5 and 5 series, so if you'd like to see more content, make sure you hit the subscribe button before I continue on. I do apologize. I live in downtown Vancouver and it's during the week, so there's lots of construction going on before the rain hits for the winter. As you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about all the ways that I spend my money here in Vancouver and also how I survive. So a little brief history on me. I moved from Melbourne to Vancouver in 2018. I lived out of home in Melbourne and obviously I'm living out of home here. And yeah, I'm not making big bucks or anything, but I want to let you know that it is possible to live here comfortably, and I'm just going to tell you what I spend and what I earn and all things like that. So yeah, keep watching. Alrighty, so I thought it'd be easiest if I wrote everything down in my little notebook. Yeah, pretty much my monthly spending. So I am a thrifty person by nature. I don't know where I get that from because my parents aren't big savers, neither is my sister, but I love saving. It's this weird thing and I always just presume I have no money all the time so I can save. It's a psychological thing, I don't even know. But it's worked for me so far in being able to move overseas, go for trips to Europe when I was younger, etc. because I saved my money. Cool, so I'm gonna be real with you that what I earn in a month. So I get paid bi-weekly, which bi means 2, so every 2 weeks. So in Australia would say fortnightly. And with the taxes and everything taken out, I earn probably around 2,800 a month or less or more, depending on my hours. So I work full time. I don't make minimum wage, but it's not a lot and definitely nothing like Australians are used to in terms of wages, unless you're living as a student on Centrelink, which is what I was doing for a long time. It's kind of the equivalent. Anyway, so let's just say under 3 grand a month and I still pay for everything that I need and have some left over. So hopefully that's not daunting, that may be helpful, I don't know, but I'm just letting you know my experience. So every single month, at the beginning of the month, the first is when you pay rent. I live in downtown Vancouver, as I just said. I have a view, I have a little balcony. I don't know the square feet, but it's pretty small. I'll put it up here. Elliot knows, I don't. Yeah, so obviously I live with my partner. We share the rent and bills and things like that. Elliot really wanted the best Wi-Fi, and he has it in this big plan with his phone and everything. So he pays for the internet. I don't know how much that is. I'm guessing it's quite a bit, but he was living here by himself and paying full rent for nearly a year before I moved in. So I moved in April, he moved in here last June. So yeah, bless him, he doesn't make me pay for internet. We split the rent in half, and he also pays for a car park. I believe that's 30 bucks a month, and it's his truck, I don't have a car. So I pay $750 at the beginning of the month. And yeah, I think the apartment without utilities is, yeah, like $1,550 or something a month. Pretty standard for downtown Vancouver. Very pricey, but yeah, you get what you pay for the convenience and being downtown, etc. So rent is an expense, tick that off. Next is groceries. Ellie and I have been pretty good since I've moved in April to do like weekly shops. Pretty much we buy the same stuff all the time, and we've gotten into a nice routine of that, and it definitely saves us money in the long run. I know if you go to the supermarket every single day to pick up something to eat, you probably get things you don't need, or you get tempted by the 2-for-1s or the deals or whatever. So I like to mainly stick to like the outside of the supermarket, get the fresh produce, the meats, like Greek yogurt, things like that. If you want a grocery haul, let me know. I'm happy to do that and show you the receipt and everything of what we spend. Quarantine, we spent more just because we weren't doing literally anything but staying inside and eating. So that was probably maybe $200 to $250 a week for groceries. It's like a week to 10 days. And then now we've gotten it down to $180 a week, including everything. All the salad stuff, meat, cat food. Yeah, so $180. So roughly around $350 a month for myself, because we just do it on and off. Like Elliot got this week, so I'll get next week, etc. Sometimes it's less. We do have a lot of meat in the freezer right now we need to get through. So this shop, we didn't really buy too much meat, but yeah, we both eat a lot. We both have like 90% of our meals at home. So it's good to be stocked up. What else? So my phone, I'm with Fido. I've got so many issues with Fido, but I'm still with them. I spend $44.80. That's everything included on my phone bill monthly. It gets me 4 gig. Woo. And that was a double data deal. So originally it was only 2 gig. Yeah, shame. So I pay, let's just round it up to $45 a month for my phone. Thank God I have Wi-Fi here and at work. Anyway, I have started seeing a counselor this year for a couple of months now, maybe since July, maybe June. And that was a special price with like COVID and financial stuff and being on Zoom and not in person. So that's $120 for an hour plus tax, so $126. And I see her fortnightly. It was weekly, but now it's fortnightly, so that's $242. Transit, I get the bus if I really have to. Elliot's an angel, like, will drive me to work sometimes. We go to the shops together in his truck. So I just pay for the bus sometimes when I'm on it, if that. I haven't really been on transit because of COVID, and I just find really germy, and I like to walk most places. I walk to work. And the gym and whatever. So that's, I just say under 10 bucks a month, barely that. I've been on a bus once for October, and it's the last week of October. So that was like, what, $2.50. Pharmaceuticals. So if I need a prescription, normally it's like bulk all at once, and that's like pretty hefty. Around like 80 bucks for like everything. But yeah, I just rounded it to 50 bucks a month on average for like, whether it be shampoo or Band-Aids or, I don't know, like feminine hygiene or Tylenol or whatever I need from London Drugs or Shoppers, which are like the only real pharmacies here. So yeah, and then I put lunch, I pay for my lunch twice a week. I get like a $9 sandwich or $7 half price meal with like where I work, so it just depends. I was making lunches for a while. I probably should, but I just love the convenience of buying a sandwich. So I just rounded that to like $100 a month, give or take. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it wouldn't be more, but anyway. Yeah, and then fun is my last little section of my spending. And that includes, well, now that restrictions are very much lifted, which is crazy to me in Vancouver because we have so many cases right now. They're what they've always been in terms of fun. I love to go out and eat. That's my thing. Eating and drinking with friends is pretty much all I do. It's the best way to catch up over a wine and good food. Food here is pretty cheap, but it's the, you know, if you get a drink and then you have to tip, and I tip well because I know what it's like to work in hospitality, especially here, that all adds up. So the food is definitely more expensive in Melbourne to go out, but you don't have to tip in Melbourne. So yeah, I just budgeted $200 a month for my fun. Sometimes I can just have like a meal, a drink and tip all together and it's under $30. Sometimes it'd be twice a week I'd go out and see a friend, or I'd just get a coffee, go for a walk. I just don't really have many friends here, so I don't have too much of a social life. And I love doing things in my apartment now that it's like kind of my own and well, it is my own and Elliot's. So I can have people over for free, BYO, let's have snacks, let's make it like a nice cheap night, watch movies, etc. So that's my jam, especially going into winter here. It rains like 90% of the time. So yeah, so all together, let's just, don't mind the power tools, I'm so sorry. It's really frustrating. Yeah, altogether, I make less than $3 grand a month, as I said. I'm spending $1,750 a month, give or take. Sometimes it's more, like when I had to pay for immigration stuff, it was like, that was a $2 grand month. But I roughly have around $900 solidly to put away to savings every single month. That is with working full time, and I'm just very lucky. I only had a month off work with COVID and went back to work, and same with Elliot, he really just had like 6 weeks off work, and we both got benefits from the government. So yeah, but I've always managed to save, even when like I was in Australia and stuff, but I was only really able to save here when I started working full time. So that would be my recommendation if you want to come to Vancouver. Either come with like 20K for a few years so you don't have to work that much and you can flit around and travel. But if you're moving here to live, most people, like 90% of the population, will have a full-time job to survive anywhere around the world. But being an artist and being really, I don't know, like in and out of work, just because I get bored of things very easily, and I love working part-time, and I like working different jobs, and I love just trying different things. I don't tend to be in a full-time job for very long. So now I've been in one for over a year, and that's long for me. So yeah, that's probably the only reason I've been able to save in Vancouver, but it is achievable, it is doable. If you make over 3K a month, you're gonna be fine. It just depends how lavish your lifestyle is. I don't really shop. I sometimes buy some books online, but I really don't do any online shopping, and I don't go, I mean, I'm not traveling right now, so that's another reason why I've been saving. But yeah, I hope this gives you a bit of insight into how I survive here in Vancouver with all my budgeting and what I earn. But if you would like to see any other videos of me talking about how to save or what things cost, let me know. I'm so happy to talk about it candidly. Yeah, and yeah, leave a comment down below if you have any ideas for me to film any videos. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.